How are you today?
I'm great.
All right, good. Well, how's your week? I haven't seen you for a few days. How have you been? Sorry, just let you out. Yeah. Is that the same one?
I think it's a little different.
They're close. They're a little different. Mine has yellow eyes. Does yours make noise? No, yours doesn't.
Oh, yeah, it does. Well, it's a little
My daughter.
It's a little bit troubling because if I open him, I have to call his name Hedwig, which I think might be a little awkward. And then he would move around and he will react when I touch him. And then he would do something when I pet him. And when I call his name, he would be happy and cheerful and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, that's... Uh-huh. Like that. All right, well, that's all right.
Wait, my mom...
So...
I think my mom is going to open it.
Okay, you can open it. Okay.
Hide away! Hide away! Hide away! Okay.
Is he new? Did you just get him, or have you had Hedwig for a while?
I have him for a few days. But on the time we were going back with him, his beak was broken, kind of. And then we just used a type of pen just for this to paint it over. Now he looks pretty new, unless you look at him very closely.
All right, good. He's cute, though. He's cute. All right, well, we are going to read a lot today. So this one, we have a lot to talk about with intonation today. So, Ivanka, do you know what is intonation? What is intonation?
Nope.
No? All right. Well, we're going to find out. So, intonation is the rise and fall in the sound of your voice when you speak. If you already have it, Ivanka, it's just the name of it. If you didn't have it, you'd sound like a robot. So I would read this: intonation is the rise and fall in the sound of your voice when you speak. So that sounds like a robot, right? So we already speak raising. Now in English, it's not as much as in Chinese. It's not as important in terms of like understanding what the word means. But it's very important to be interesting when you read or when you speak, that we have these rise and falls. And louder, softer. It helps being more dynamic, more interesting, more exciting. So we have two passages, and we're going to practice. But let's read these, and I want you to pay attention to your own voice and notice when you rise or fall. All right, so go ahead. These two.
Sorry.
It just started raining. Sorry, it just started raining real hard.
The bell rang. Actually, it went thud, thud, thud. It went.
Yeah, it's a fungus unit. Right, so one. Thud, thud. Thud. All right, very good. So you notice that your voice, you didn't read this fungus unit. What's a fungus unit?
Fungus
unit. The bell rang. Actually, the bell went thud, thud, thud.
Ellen asked.
You said it with a rise.
The bell
is how
rang.
they said it.
Actually, the bell went thud, thud, thud.
Yeah, actually, the bell went thud, thud, thud. Now, there are a lot of things that we, like for questions, we usually need to raise our voice. But the rest, it's kind of like what you want to emphasize. All right. So it doesn't have to be what the author has said you should, if you're telling a story and you want to focus on something else. All right, so these are little things to tell us about the rise and the fall. So fungus unit, what's a fungus unit? So we can kind of see where it goes, but don't worry, you have a lot of time to practice this. So we have rising intonation and falling. Now, pet peeve of mine, Ivanka, is when we want you to read really fast, but really fast on the first passage, all right? So the first passage, I want you to, it doesn't matter how long it takes. I want you just to focus on clarity, enunciation, so being specific with your pronunciation, and your intonation. Tell a story, all right? The second passage, we will focus more on your speed, all right? So are you ready? And go. I'm not going to time this one. I'm only going to time passage B. So go ahead. How fast is fast?
How fast is fast? You may be faster on your feet, but if you want to win races, never race a cheetah or even an ostrich for that matter. If you ran very hard, you might reach a speed of 24 kilometers, 15 miles per hour. That's not nearly fast enough to keep up with an ostrich. An ostrich is the world's fastest two-legged runner. It has a top speed, two-legged runner. It has a top speed of about 72 kilometers, 45 miles per hour. In a race, though, the cheetah would certainly be way out in front. A cheetah can reach a speed of about 113 kilometers, 70 miles per hour. That's more than a mile a minute. No animal on Earth can run faster than that. But a cheetah can't run as fast as a peregrine falcon can swoop. A peregrine falcon can dive through the sky at about 322 kilometers, 200 miles per hour. That's 3 times as fast as a car zooming along a highway. A peregrine falcon is magnificent. It can dive faster than any creature can run, but it can't fly as fast as an airplane. And something I want to mention, before sleeping, we have this bedtime story. In there, Sam, I think his English name is Sam. It's an English book. It's from the U.S. or somewhere, but however, it has turned into a Chinese book. My mom bought the Chinese style. I think we can also buy the English style if we want. And very frightening is a peregrine falcon. Frightening is the eagle, falcon that helps Sam catch food, catch rats and stuff, and be wild and eat it, of course.
All right, that's good. I was going to say, we speak 3 languages at home, 4 if we count Guarani, but I don't speak Guarani. I only speak French and Spanish. So many times what we do, Ivanka, is we buy the same stories in all 3. And then it's a really good way to see how things are translated. Because translating languages is not as straightforward, Ivanka. So we may have, the word for bed. And, you have the word for bed in Spanish and the word for bed in French and in English. But there are a lot of words that don't have exact meanings in other languages. So it's always very interesting the choices people make. All right, but we have the second one. All right, so I have to go back. All right, to do the second. All right, so passage 2. This one we're going to time it. All right. You're all warmed up. You're ready. So you can still focus on intonation. All right. But this one, we're going to do a little bit more on your speed. Okay. But very good intonation on the other one. But you always go.
Some additional thoughts on very fast things. Sometimes speeds are hard to measure. People often have trouble measuring the speeds of animals. The numbers in this article are the best estimates. It would be much simpler if cheetahs, ostriches, and falcons came with speedometers. The speed of sound through air is easier to measure than the speed of wild animals. Still, the speed of sound is not constant. It's about 1,223 kilometers, 760 miles per hour at sea level. At high altitudes, where the air is thin and cold, it slows to about 1,062 kilometers, 660 miles per hour.
All right, I pause it. And meteoroids. Ready? Go.
Meteoroids zoom through space at different speeds too. The fastest meteoroids travel through the solar system at a speed of around 42 kilometers, 26 miles per second. The amazing speed of light traveling through space at 299 and 338 kilometers. 338,000.
So remember, good. Okay, so I've paused it for a second. There's a trick to reading big numbers. Think of the commas as
1,000. The media link is disconnecting.
the media link, or
Yeah.
I'm getting a rainstorm right now. So maybe that. Oh, anyway, let's go ahead. So we were right there, 186,000 miles. Oh, hold on, let me get back here. And hold on, I got to get back to my go. Per second.
Per second is one of the few speeds that is constant. Like, beams flashing through space are usually shown as bright rays. A real light beam, however, it becomes bright and visible only when it hits such things as dust or water particles. Something I need to mention, when you said the trick, I didn't hear it because you
Oh,
you
okay.
froze.
It cut out. Yeah, we just started getting a big storm. All right. So I'm gonna share that with you because it really helped me when I was learning Spanish. All right. So you are right now 126 words per minute. But again, this isn't I've explained it to you before. It's not the best because the words can be multiple syllables. They can be more difficult. But at this level, you're about 126 words per minute. And the whole thing was done in 1:43:67. All right, so the trick. Let's go to page 23. It helped me a lot. I want you to think of the commas like words. All right, that's it. So all you have to do is know how to say up to 999, because this first comma is going to be the word 1,000.
Oh.
Right. So we would read this as 143. Now, if we add another comma, it's the word million. All right. So so it's 1, and then this is the word million, 126,143.
Oh.
And you can do billion, trillion. So think of the commas as a word, and you only have to actually know how to go up to a 999. All right. So that helped me a lot when I was learning Spanish. Sorry, it's not letting me go back. It really helped me a lot to kind of put things in perspective. All right. So we have multiple meaning words today. So let's talk about that. How could you understand what a word that has multiple meanings? What do you have to look at in the sentence to know what it means?
You have to look at the first sentence. Wait, the first few words.
Yeah, so like we look at the context, the words surrounding it. So for example, power is a multiple meaning words. So can you make 2 sentences with it? So first let's think of what does power mean? What can it mean? Like I might lose power soon, but I have a generator. I have many generators actually. That's why I never miss class. So I might lose power, but I can keep my light. So it's the electricity that we have. Power can also be what?
A string.
Yeah, it's good. So let's look at their examples and help out. Go ahead, read these 2 for us, Ivanka.
Power is a multiple meaning word. Can you make 2 sentences with it? It was dark because
so these are
power
the
went off. The architect had the power to select a design for the new space vehicle. I also have 2 more. It was dark. Oh wait.
All right. So can you think of one? Yeah. Can you think of one?
My phone died off because it doesn't have any power.
My phone?
My phone died off because...
Wait, what would you say my phone died?
My phone
what would you say my phone died because?
Because, the power, it had no power left.
It didn't
have any...
Good, very good.
Power.
It didn't have any power.
And,
good, very good. So we could say, what are the other, Ivanka? We could say my phone died or my phone turned off.
Okay.
We can't say died off. Died off is kind of implies that they're permanent. Like we would say that dinosaurs died off millions of years ago. Like it's forever. They died off. They're gone. Ciao, phone. What about the other one? That's electricity power. What do you have the power to do?
The manager had the power to stop people from stealing.
Yes, very good. That's a good one. All right. Like the authority. All right, now we're going to fight against the meteoroids. So read both texts and identify the multiple meaning words. So there's a multiple meaning word in these. So go ahead.
Just push the switch on.
So just push.
Just push the switch on a flashlight. Instantly, a beam will flash out at the amazing speed of 186,000 miles per hour.
Per second.
Wait, per second. The space explorer...
Way faster. Yeah, per second. All right, and the next one?
The planet.
Good. All right, so what's the multiple meaning word in this?
Beam.
These 2. So we have, yes, very, very good. You got it. All right, so use the context clues. What are the 2 meanings of beam? What do you think they mean?
The first the heart beam is a beam of usually light, or just a beam of something usually light. The second one is to send somebody, usually somebody, to somewhere or somebody.
There's this old show that I don't think it's around anymore. It was called Star Trek.
Oh, yes.
And there was a
Star Trek.
famous catchphrase, beam me up. Yeah, beam me up, Scotty. In the first series, so it was about, Scotty. All right,
Oh,
so
yeah.
this is to help us. So we have we have several. So there's a long piece of wood or metal. We know it's not that one. A ray of light. To smile happy like she was beaming with joy. Or to send someone or something to another place instantly by using a special machine. So which two definitions are we using in these two texts? Yeah. Yes, very good. You got it. Yes, a ray of light and to send something. Very good. You got it. All right. So read the text and identify the 3 multiple meaning words. All right, so the astronaut's 10-day mission in space had begun. She reached out to flip a switch on a control panel.
On a control, wait. Oh, yes, switch. Switch on a control panel.
Uh-huh.
A quick look through the spacecraft window showed Earth. Her home so far away. The planet looked even more blue than she had ever thought. So far, so good. She thought there was a television equipped on the spacecraft. She could even switch the channels. The large amount of space allowed her to move around or float around freely. This is also space.
Good. Yeah, so these all have different meanings. So what do you think the space means in the first sentence, and what does space mean in the last sentence, Ivanka?
The first space is outer space. The second space is how big of the environment.
Yeah, an area, right? And what about the switch? What is different?
Switch is she
yeah, like it's an actual switch. Like on my light, oopsies, my light, and the cords thing, but on my light, I have a switch on my light where I can switch things off and switch it on, switch it off, switch it on. And I also can switch on and off with my control. We also go with control. So usually when we think of a switch, we think of just one button. All right, now we have look and looked. What's the difference between those two?
Looked means what it looks like. The first look means to see things with your eyes.
And the second look? It looked even more blue.
I said the second look.
Yeah, so the second is more of like it seemed. All right, so it's more like the planet seemed even more blue than she'd ever thought. All right, so a little bit more like that. All right, so let's go ahead. So there we go. We have a glance or to seem. And then we have an area, a region outside of Earth's atmosphere, and on and off button or to change. All right, so let's go. Now, we're going to read a science report. So what is a science report? Bianca, go ahead. What is a science report?
A science report tells knowledge that scientists have gained about a topic. A report can include knowledge from many experiments. What's the structure of the science report?
Yeah, so what features does this have? Think of like title, beginning, end, pictures. What features can you see?
I can see pictures, I can see titles, or titles. That's all.
All right, good. So let's check that. So yeah, we have our introduction, our body, conclusion, title, pictures. They're both illustrations and photos. All right, very good. So let's go ahead and get to that one. All right, so what is the title of our book today, of our science article?
Building for Space Travel.
That is probably Anastasia Suen or Swen. All right, so go ahead. Let's read. This is while reading. All right. So imagine. Go ahead.
Imagine this task. Design a space vehicle that will also be a home for astronauts on a mission to planet Mars. That could take months or years. For architect Constance Adams, this job was tough. She designed a transit habitat where astronauts would live and work. Not surprisingly, Adams faced many challenges along the way. Okay, Sun, Earth, Mars.
Good. So what can you conclude about the people who design spacecraft for astronauts to live? Yeah. So what do you conclude, Job? Remember, the temperature in space can vary a lot, hundreds of degrees, depending on if the sun is lights on you. It could be really cold. It could be really hot. What do they have to think about?
They have to think about.
What do you think is difficult about their job?
I think, probably, how the design look and all of the cases that might happen, so that they can make the perfect.
Okay, so think of all possibilities.
Yep.
Yeah, good, very good. All right, let's continue.
Size. NASA did not expect Trans-Hab to launch into space on its own. A space shuttle was supposed to carry it into space. So Trans-Hab had to be small enough to fit inside a shuttle's cargo area, and big enough for 6 astronauts to live in. How would this be possible? Think about a beach ball. It's flat until you fill it with air. NASA asked Adams to use this idea for Trans-Hab. Therefore, Adams had to design Trans-Hab so it could be carried into space in its flattened state. Once it was in space, Trans-Hab would be inflated. I can actually see the waves on the sea.
Looks like clouds. Yeah. Oh, yeah, those are looks like waves. You're right. Or they could be clouds. Actually, I don't know. I feel like it could be either. All right, very good. So they can make it small, and then it can be inflated or made bigger in space. So why did Transhab have to be inflated? Like my balloon. Why? Sorry, I have balloons today. So why did it have to be inflated? Inflating the balloon.
Because it had to be small enough to fit into the cargo area and big enough for people to live in it. 6 people.
Wow. It's a lot of space that they need. All right, now, if you were to compare Transhab with an Earth object, what would it be? What does it look like to you? What do you know of that starts small that you can make bigger when you fill it? Have you ever seen these like stackable Tupperwares?
No.
Have you ever seen like I it's in my car, but I have this I have a collapsible dog bowl. So it starts off like this, but you push it down and it becomes flat.
Wait.
So there's that.
I have that thing. I use it at Grandpa's house to wash my butt. And
Yeah, there's
feet.
also
Tents.
kind of like, tents. Have you ever seen a tent that's not put up? It's small. I can never get the tent back into the original bag, but they start out small in a little bag, and then you make them bigger, you set them up. So it can be quite similar to a tent. All right, so let's look at these two. So let's look at these two. So we have a beach ball or the water bottle that I was talking about. What do you think? How are they, the beach ball and Transhab? How are they like? How are they different?
They both have to be inflated and uninflated. The
Deflated.
The
Good.
beach ball is round, whereas the Transhab is kind of marshmallow-like. Or longer.
A little bit. I can see that. All right. Good. That's good. That's good. All right. Very good. Oh, that we need to use to make the Transhab. You think it could just be any material, or does it need to be very special?
It has to be.
Radiation. Radiation is have you heard of radiation? Well, we're going to talk about it. Go ahead. Let's see if we can infer the meaning from here. Yeah, so go ahead. Please read, and then we'll talk about radiation.
Okay, Transhab's soft outer surface created safety challenges. Space is a very dangerous place. Chunks of ice and rock speed along at 4 miles a second. Some types of radiation or energy traveling through space can also hurt astronauts' bodies. Most spacecraft have a hard outside shell to protect it from damage and keep radiation out.
Good. Go ahead, Adam.
Had to figure out how strong Transhab's soft outer shell needed to be. They made a 1 foot thick skin that combined different materials. One very strong metal was Kevlar, which is used in convertible cars.
Kevlar is also used in bulletproof vests. So you know how strong it is. Like a lot of police and military will wear Kevlar. So radiation, we can get radiation from different sources, but the radiation the astronauts would be exposed to would be the sun's radiation. So radiation is basically just unstable atoms. They're like waves of particles, and they can cause a lot of very, very negative things. It's very damaging to our body. So let's continue. This is Kevlar. All right. So based on what we've read, what can you conclude about the risks of space travel? What do you think is the what are the dangers of space travel? We know that we need Kevlar. We know that we have a hard material on the outside.
There are radiations.
Yeah.
There are radiations and big chunks of ice and rocks or meteoroids.
Yeah. Yeah, so it has to be really strong, really strong. All right, now we need to talk about comfort. So a trip to Mars is going to take a long time. All right, so what do they need?
They need 3 levels. A trip to Mars would take a long time. Astronauts would...
Astronauts would have to live.
Astronauts would have to live inside TransHab for 4 years. They would need a real home in space. They would need places to eat, sleep, exercise, get care when sick, and privacy. They would also need a group area for meetings and for celebrating special occasions like birthdays. We had to create a design for long-term living. Adams explained. The diagram below shows Adam's plan for TransHab. There are 3 levels with living areas. The top level is a tunnel entryway and exit.
Yep, so we have an exercise room, a bathroom and storage, control room and 6 bedrooms, and then the kitchen and dining room. So let's talk about that. How could you make it even more comfortable? Bianca, what would you do to make it even more comfortable? Would you have a television? Would you get video games?
I would like to get... Arcades can be fun.
Yeah. Now, I want you to look at another thing on here. We noticed that some of the astronauts are floating and some are not. Why do you think that is?
It's due to, I think this woman is tied on
Probably, yeah.
Floating around while walking. This guy is sitting. That's why he could not float.
Yeah.
These 2 guys are not.
Well, he's probably has like a seatbelt. Yeah. So he probably has a seatbelt to keep sitting. That's one of the big problems of space travel for a long time is you don't use your muscles the same way. So they would call it atrophy. Is when if you don't use your muscles, you lose your muscles. So it's very important that they keep exercising, but it's difficult with 0 gravity. So they've figured out different ways. So let's go ahead. 0 gravity. Please rate.
0 gravity. gravity. Gravity is the force that keeps you firmly on the ground. Other forces of motion can cancel out the force of gravity. This creates a condition called zero gravity. A zero gravity environment presents a design challenge because it causes objects to float. Atoms attached furniture and other objects securely inside trans-halves so astronauts could grab them to help themselves move around. She had also used a pattern on the walls to help the astronauts tell from up, down. Oh wait, so they don't even know if they're up or down?
No, well, there isn't an up or down, right? There isn't really. Like, I mean, there's the top of the spaceship and the bottom of the spaceship, but there's no up or down like we know it. So yes, you're right. You see this picture. She's tied down. She's still not getting the same type of workout though. Because it's still not, her muscles don't have to work as much. All right, let's continue. Go ahead. So after years
of hard work, Constance Adams met all these challenges. However, space scientists must meet other challenges before they can launch a mission to Mars. Even if TransHab does not go to Mars, it could be home for astronauts on future space station. On a future space station.
On a future. Yeah, so after reading this, what else would you like to learn about space travel? What would you like to know? What question could you ask?
I would like to know how people discovered space. I said I would...
Like how they went to...
How they discovered... how they found out that space actually exists.
Okay. All right. Well, I think we've understand the concept of space for a very long time, but we've not really had the technology to explore it even from Earth and telescopes for very long. All right, so we have facts and opinions as well as our categories and headings. So read the sentences and how can you categorize each column and name the headings? So we have the first one, building for space travel.
Okay.
So which one are facts and which one are we were looking for whether they're facts or opinions? How could we categorize this one? Yeah.
Oh no.
Yes, very good. Very good.
These are
Pop. I like the little pop. Yep. Very, very good. All right, so you already know what these are. Okay, so let's identify facts and opinions. So read this. And where does it go? Where does each go?
A peregrine falcon is magnificent is the opinions.
Good. Oopsie. All right, and very, very good. Peregrine, do you think peregrine falcons are magnificent?
Yes, I like peregrine falcons because of frightening in the book.
And all right, the next part of this paragraph, it can dive faster than any creatures can run. Do you think that is an opinion or a fact?
It's a fact.
Very, very good. All right, we'll have another one. So, sound travels in waves. Opinion or fact?
Fact.
Very good. All right, now the next one. you might be thinking that the meteoroid you saw was the fastest thing you could ever see.
That's opinion.
Very good. Very good. I think this part's quite easy for you. All right. A meteoroid is a space rock.
Fact.
Very good. All right. So, do you think the authors of nonfiction texts would include both facts and opinions, or just facts? What do you think? Let's use this paragraph frame. So, what do you think? How could we blank and blank are facts and can be checked by blank? But so do you think they can use both? I mean, look at what we have for the article. We have facts, constant atoms, and a very strong material is Kevlar. But we also have some opinions here of the author. So do you think they need both? Do you think it makes it more interesting to do both?
Yep.
What do you think? How do you feel about it? Okay, so can you give me a paragraph?
Constant atoms helped transhab, and the strong material was Kevlar, are facts and can be checked by. Wait, what? Can be checked. What?
And
Wait.
can be checked
Can be checked
by. Well, we could, I wouldn't say checked by, but it could be checked by other scientists. It could be verified by texts. It could be by experiments. It's a little bit odd. Yeah, it's a little bit odd. Checked by. So a lot of times when people are pursuing publishing scientific papers, they invite the scientific community to authenticate it or to make it verified. Like other people do the experiments to verify the data, and then it becomes true. So it could be checked by other scientists. All right. We have a little bit of grammar today. We have the adverb. So what is the adverb in this sentence, and what verb does it modify?
Sound travels at the sea level with a speed of 1,223 kilometers, 7,060 miles per hour. The adverb modified.
Well, what's the adverb and what's the verb it modifies?
I think.
Well, first find the verb.
Okay, just a moment.
Okay, you're in white. I can't see the white, but you did travels, right? Is that one when you did travels? And then what's the adverb that modifies travels? How do they travel? How does sound travel?
Sound travels with a speed of.
Oh, the adverb. Sound travels fast. So what word modifies travels? Yes, so that's the adverb. And it modifies travels. Good. All right, so there's a mistake. Read the sentence and how do we fix it?
Travels fast at sea level than at high altitude.
So we need to change the adverb. So what can we change this to?
Travels faster.
Yeah, that's good because we are comparing. Very, very good. All right, so let's talk about that a little bit more. So we're going to use the adverbs and make a sentence. So let's just do, no. That's what I wanted. All right, so go ahead. Let's do choose one of the adverbs and make a sentence with it. There we go. I'm trying to see if I can spin it. It's not letting me spin it. No.
Wait.
In my teaching materials, it let me spin. I don't know why it's not letting me spin this time. So just pick one. We'll do one. So choose bravely, awkwardly, politely. Make a sentence.
Okay. I don't think it's actually meant to spin, or else there should be
Well,
an arrow here.
nah, it's on my. Yeah, the thing is that no, I've taught this lesson before, and it spins and one becomes big. It's in the teacher, like my notes. It works. So I don't know what happened. Anyways, just pick one. It's all right. So pick one, Ivanka. So quietly, fast, bravely, awkwardly, late.
Late.
Okay, go ahead.
Or bravely.
Nope, pick one sentence, one, and make a sentence. Ivanka, just pick one and make one sentence. Okay. So make a sentence with bravely.
She steps up bravely. The bravest.
Okay. Can you add a little bit more?
She steps up bravely to the teenagers. And protects her friends.
Why? Oh, okay. There we go. That's a good one. We want to have that. All right. Very good one.
The bravest.
That's fine. So
The bravest animal. The bravest animal in the race is the lion. Wait, not in the competition is the lion.
You can say the bravest in the race or in the competition. It's fine. All right. So, Ivanka, last question today. What does it take to explore space? So, in today's lesson, what did we learn about what it takes to explore space? What do we need to think about?
We need to think about the space, not the space. Oh wait, not the space. The space. The space.
So what does it take to explore space? What was special about this? We're thinking about what we read about, not the double meaning words, but what we read about. What does it take to explore outer space?
We need to know that how much, like, you need to know okay, I was trying to explain that I'm not saying space, or else you might get confused. I'm not saying...
No, because we're not... Yeah,
I'm
but
not saying...
we're talking about exploring space.
No, I was trying to explain that I'm not saying outer space. I'm saying the space. I'm not saying it takes the multiple meaning words. You need to know how much space.
To travel.
To travel perfectly, you need to think of how to make things fit in things. You need to know how many things you'll have to need. The astronauts will have to need so that to prevent them lacking something. Literally just being in there for an year without water or something.
Years.
Years.
Yeah. They need to be able to make their own water. Years. Good. All right. Well, Ivanka, that is the time we have for today. I want you to remember the numbers. All right? Remember the numbers.
Okay.
And we're going to continue talking about space in the next lesson. I have to use the restroom, Ivanka. But I will see you next time.
See you next time.
All right. Have a good weekend, okay? And I'll see you next time. Bye.
See you.